What's up, guys? I'm just recording this video to basically tell my birth story with Heaven. I'm going to record another one and upload it with baby Kenny's birth story. With baby Kenny's birth story. And yeah. So you guys have to excuse me. I'm trying to look up stuff to help me study for my TEAS test for nursing, because when the baby turned in January, I want to go back to school for nursing. I have my CNA and I have my phlebotomy. I love being a CNA, but excuse me. But I feel like I need to do something more, and I want to do more. So I want to get ahead and start studying for my TEAS test. But so that's what I'm doing. I want to kill two birds with one stone. I've wanted to record this video for a few days, and I also wanted to look up like good stuff for testing. I need to go back over there where I recorded my other video. I'll probably do the babies over there, but okay. So Heaven is now 2.5 years old. She was born on October 16th, 2016. I had her at 35 weeks, and I was 19 years old. It was very scary because, so the day before I went into labor with her, well, the day before I had her, I was in labor. It was my first kid, so I was having light contractions. Didn't know what was going on. So I was just timing them, and my parents were actually out of town. My dad told me, he was like, Brandy, don't go into labor while I'm out of town. Don't have this baby while I'm gone. And I'm like, I will, so you might as well not even go out of town. But they didn't go out of town just to be like, deuces, we're going out of town. My brother and his wife had a baby the month before. I think Noah was born in September. That's such a bad aunt. I'm so sorry. I'm bad with birthdays. But so they went to go and visit the baby. So they were gone maybe a day or two. They probably left that Friday, and I had her on the Sunday, so they were probably gone for 2 days. And I called them, and I was like, in the hospital. But so I was at home on October 15th. I was having contractions, and they were terrible. And I went to the hospital, and the lady checked me. And for those of you who don't know what that means, she did a cervical check, which is terrible, especially if you're having contractions. But so she did my cervical check, and she's like, honey, you're not in labor. This is your first baby. You probably just have a bladder infection. Go home, you'll be fine. And she was like, you don't know what you're going through. This is your first baby. I'm like, I know this is my first baby, but I know I've never felt this before. So, long story short, she sent me home because I guess since I wasn't dilated, there's nothing they could do for me. So they sent me home, and she said that my contractions weren't consistent enough for them to keep. So I go home. By this time, it's about 11-ish, because we stopped. We were hungry. It was me, Charlene, my mother-in-law, and Kenny. And we went to the gas station, and it was a whole thing. Charlene bought this guy food, and it turns out he was like, oh, it's for my daughter, but it was really a prostitute. It was funny, but yeah, she was just being really generous, and she bought the guy some food because he was hungry, and she bought him 2 meals, and it was for him and his prostitute. So yeah. And what was I talking about? Oh, okay, so it's 11-ish, so we're going home. I get home, I have contractions the entire night. I'm telling Kenny, oh my God, Kenny, this baby wants to come out. I can't do this anymore. Like, I was just screaming and I didn't cry, but I was just screaming and in pain the entire night. I'm like, I know I'm in labor. So the next morning, I get up and I am still in pain. They're like, maybe if you take a hot shower, the pain will go away. Maybe if you eat something. Nope. I took a shower and it didn't go away, but it calmed down for a little bit. And then they tried to get me to eat. It was eggs and bacon. And I remember because in my mind, it was good. It was bomb. But I just couldn't eat it because I'm like, the pain was too bad that I couldn't eat. So I'm like, I have to go to the hospital. So we get in the car. It is me, Kenny, Charlene, and Shanna going to the hospital. And Kenny and Shanna were in the backseat of the car laughing like, oh my God, she's dramatic, because every time that we got in the car, my contractions would stop. Every single time. They would just stop. So they were like, oh, she's just dramatic. She's not in labor, blah, 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 blah. And we get to the hospital, and it's 11 in the morning, 12 hours later, and I'm 6 centimeters dilated. So I went from not being dilated, you don't know what's going on with your body, to being 6 centimeters dilated. That lady was a quack. So, yeah. At this time, it's 11 something. I call my parents. I'm like, I'm in labor. I shouldn't have went out of town because this kid's coming. And they're not out of town, like, down the street. They are in Texas. And I'm in Florida. So they're gone. I call my dad, and he's like, I knew you were gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how did I just plan to have this baby early while you were gone out of town? So, yeah. So they admit me into the room, and apparently I have a bulging bag. So they have to break my water. The contractions weren't that bad before they broke my water. Once my water broke, it was the worst pain ever in life. And so I got my water broke, and I couldn't take the pain anymore. And then I got that epidural. With Heaven, I didn't. I hate when he has bad dreams. With Heaven, I didn't necessarily want to get the epidural. Like, my plan was to try to do it without the epidural. But I was like, this isn't the life for me. Like, nope. So I ended up getting the epidural. But I got the epidural at like 7 centimeters dilated. So I got the epidural. By this time, I don't even remember what time it was. This was almost 3 years ago. But, fast forward to when it's time to push. I start pushing. My oxygen drops. My heart rate's 150. It was a whole thing. And she was about to come out. And the nurse was like, don't push because she is right there. And I'm like, don't push. And she's like, if you have to push, just push a little bit because the doctor's not here. Well, somebody's about to catch this baby because, ma'am, what do you mean? What do you mean, sis? So, the doctor I had literally came there 4 minutes before she came out. It was either 4 minutes or 4 pushes. It had something to do with a 4. Or maybe in my brain it seemed like 4 minutes. But he wasn't there long. So, boom, push, heavens out. Woohoo! Tears. Well, I still don't think I cried. I think I was a champ. I didn't cry. So, by this time, you know, heads out, she's here. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Glory be to God. And now it's time for them to get the placenta out. Anybody who's ever had a kid, in my honest to God personal opinion, that is the worst part. Well, that was the worst part with Hev. Worst part ever. Oh my God, that was terrible. Because you're still contracting and they give you a gentle massage on your stomach. No, that hurt. So, Heaven made it into the world on October 16th at 7:23 p.m. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all. So, Kenny's family is the absolute truth. Shout out to his whole entire side of his family. His aunties, I want to say, his grandma, his little cousins, his mom, not Charlene, his other mom. It's another story. His mom, his brother, Shanna, was there the whole entire time. Maybe not like at 11, but like 12 to 7. They was there all day long. So shout out to them because that was really sweet. They sat in the waiting room, they played games, they bought out the vending machine. So I really loved that. That made me feel special because at the hospital you can only have 3 people in the room at a time. And so they weren't even really, like, they didn't even come back until after I had her. And so that was really nice. Who was in there for me was my Auntie Vicky, Charlene and Kenny, of course, and then Tasha, my cousin, actually works at the hospital, so she was downstairs, and then she kept coming up to see me and check on me and stuff. So yeah, Heaven was 5 pounds 12 ounces. I forgot how long, and I don't even think they put that on the birth certificate. I'll have to check, but she was 5 pounds 12 ounces. She was little. She was so precious. She had a good amount of hair. If I could put a picture in, I will. But yeah, so it's my birth story with Hev. It was awesome. Like, looking back at it is awesome, but in the moment, girl, in the moment I was not with it, but looking back at it, it was all worth it. It was all worth it, and I'm so happy and blessed that I got the kid that I have. So yeah, that is the birth story of Heaven Duncan. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, share, do what you gotta do to get this video out there. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And later I will do a video on baby Kenny. So thanks for watching.